Right, hello, welcome. It's really bright, but I didn't want to put sunglasses on it's because I'm not that cool to perform in sunglasses. I think it is the windiest day of the lockdown so far, so I've got a sort of makeshift windbreak here, hence the shadow. We're outside, there are still some cars, you might hear them, but other than that I'm doing well, thank you. I hope most of you are all staying sane to some extent, have got access to an outside area, to food, some kind of access to people, and digital connection. I think it really shows us why Wi-Fi was something that should have been rolled out universally, but there we go. They'll try again, I'm sure. I was doing a different show. I was doing a show for many months before the lockdown, which we've had to postpone because of COVID, but it meant I really didn't have any energy or space or time outside of my work, so I've got a bit of a backlog of songs that I've written and haven't shown you, so I thought I'm going to do 3 today. The first one I've done the audio for, but I thought I'd do a video for it anyway. It's called Take a Piece of Me. Cradle my body, hold my hand, take a piece of me with you when you go, laugh along with me, feel my joy, take a piece of me with you when you go. I'll remember your face, I'll remember your touch, I'll remember the way we just sit quietly, knowing you're there, knowing you're there. Lay down beside me, feel me breathe, take a piece of me with you when you go, indulge in your passions, I'll show you mine, take a piece of me with you when you go. I'll remember your smile, I'll remember your hands, I'll remember the way you would enter a room and softly hello, softly hello. Cradle my body, hold my hand, take a piece of me with you when you go, lay down beside me, feel me breathe, take a piece of me with you when you go, knowing you're there, knowing you're there. It's I wrote that song last summer, so it's really nice to be singing it again in sort of summery times. It's extremely hot already this early in April. I think we've had 1 shower, and I'm burning. I'm so white. I have to keep putting sun cream on because I'd burn away. So the next 2 songs are completely folky. I was in Edinburgh just before Christmas with a really good friend of mine, and he can attest. We found a shop sort of halfway down the mile. It's a tiny little shop, and it had lots of books in it, so many books in it. Lots of them were local stories, a lot of folk tales, sort of Celtic stories of yore, and it took me an absolute age to decide what to buy, and in the end I bought 2 books anyway. One of them was musical, and one of them was the Elements inspired, or Element categorised folk stories, so earth, wind, fire, water, and then sort of the coming together of elements and things. It's lovely, and it's stories from across the British Isles, organised into England, Wales, Scotland and Northern Ireland. So I've been writing songs in response to some of these stories. A lot of the folk backlog has got quite sexist, cis-sexist, oppressive, racist, homophobic, abusive undertones, overtones, absolute story, and I just think we don't have to tell those stories to each other anymore. If we don't want to, and I don't want to sing about oppression and abuse as it's happening. I sing about those things from a sort of activism, political standpoint, but not just as a uncomfortable story I hear myself singing, and I don't want to spread that around anymore. So some of these stories I already know, there are already songs out there, and I've specifically chosen the themes I want to write about. Some of them I haven't heard a song about at all, so I've written a song about it, and again I've specifically chosen the themes. It's a lorry. Tea Time Tasties. It's huge. It's an Arctic. The roads around here aren't very big, but we do get huge lorries anyway. So again, there aren't songs out there, but I've chosen the themes I want to write about, and I've written a song anyway, because that's what songwriters do. So this first song is about a young girl, 2 young girls who go to make their fortune. One succeeds, one doesn't. The first one is hung for her failure, because plenty of young girls and women were hung when the UK still hanged people. And it's a story from Scotland, so it's about having a bannock. It's sort of a doughy, bready bap, but a Scottish delicacy, and the one starts out with a small bannock and doesn't have very much respect for nature or wildlife, and fails to make her fortune. And the second one sort of listens to nature, ends up with a large bannock, isn't hungry, and has respect for nature, and they have to herd hares. They both find this queen. She tells them, herd the hares that are in this field, and then you can have a fortune. And it's only the second one who does. So this is how it goes. Set on her way to go where she'll end, they do not know, went north and east, south and west on her hunt for fortune. First child set out with bannock small, when she tired and fell forlorn, no morsels there to make her fall on her hunt for fortune. Arriving at the queen's abode, hungry, cold and sure alone, child was offered bed and work on her hunt for fortune. Heard the hares, this child was told, easy work, this child was bold. She couldn't make the hares come home, no more hunt for fortune. No more hunt for fortune. Come with me, I beg of thee, I'll shout and scream and whistle at thee, I'll coax you till you follow me, we must be home by morning. Come with me, I beg of thee, said the desperate child in the field so green, if you're not returned, they'll hang me, I'll see no more mornings. I'll see no more mornings. Second child with bannock large, listened to the nature's past, well prepared she did depart on her hunt for fortune. Arriving at the queen's abode with bannock left child was told, I'll do my best. This child was bold. She whistled and the nature froze on her hunt for fortune. Hares all danced as she went on. The night returns, the sun has gone. They followed her, they all went home on her hunt for fortune. On her hunt for fortune. Come with me, I beg of thee, said the proud young child. In the field so green, there'll be a soft warm bed for thee. I'll see you in the morning. Come with me, I beg of thee, we'll all be home in time for tea. You're all back safe, they won't hang me. I'll see you in the morning. I'll see you in the morning. Come with me, I beg of thee, I have not been hung. You'll have fun with me, I have bannock left and room for three on my hunt for fortune. On my hunt for fortune. That's that one. The next one, the last one, is a song about selkies. Well, one particular selkie. If you don't know, selkies are like the actual folk story of mermaids. Sort of the sort of Wessex Anglo folk story of mermaids as opposed to Scandinavian stories of mermaids. And selkies look like human beings until they put their seal fur on, so they look more like seals when they're in the water and doing their selkie thing. And they're all sorts, men, women, children, non-binary, genderqueer, but they look like seals, and then they look like beautiful people who men instantly fall in love with, as men are wont to do in most folk stories. So this is a song all about how this selkie comes onto shore. This female selkie comes onto shore, and this straight man sees her, falls in love instantly, as he does, asks her to marry him, and she does, for some reason. She wants to, and they get married, but she's always pulled by the sea. She's called home. She loves where she's from. She feels at home where she's from, and she really struggles with that call back to the sea. So she goes off to the sea, and he goes and finds her again, and she agrees to come back. She's still struggling with this, and then they have kids. She's still got that urge to go back to the sea, so she does. And the rarity of this story, which is actually in the story, I haven't just written a different ending, is that the man gets the kids, gets seal furs for all of them, and they go and live with her in the sea. So obviously these kids are half selkie, so they want to know where they're from, and they all end up going and living under the sea with her and the rest of her selkie family, her parents and cousins and family and friends, I'm sure. So there's 6 more selkies in the sea with the husband and the 5 children. So this is how it goes. Thank you for listening. I'm sure I'll do another one of these. I better start writing some more songs. I really enjoy recording outside and haven't been able to since 2018. So no, the beginning of 2019. I'm a year away. So this has been lovely. Stay well. Try and stay centered. So do what you can. Stay well. I'll see you again. Thank you for listening. Remember how it starts. That's how it starts. This is called Follow Your Selkie. Selkie Bride looked out one morn across her great wide home, brushed her long brown hair in the sunlight. He'd never felt such love before. He'd never felt such love. Said he to the Selkie Bride, would you marry me? that the man stood beside her. Yes, I will marry thee. I will marry thee. The sea calls her home. Selkie bride, she dreams of what she knows, where the waves in sunbeams glisten, and the dark green sea reaches on. Selkie bride reaches in. So the man went searching for his missing Selkie bride, found himself an empty silver. He leapt into the sea. He leapt into the sea. Found his wife in a homestead, surrounded by her kind. She felt the love inside him for her. I will come up top again. I will come up top. But the sea calls home. Selkie bride, she dreams of what she knows, where the waves in sunbeams glisten, and the dark green sea reaches on. Selkie bride reaches in. After time there were children, 5 to keep, feed and love. Still her silver called out to her, and the strength of the call rose inside her, and she returns to the sea that flows in her, leaves no trace behind. How the man longed to find her, walked out every Sunday morn, found 5 furs for the children, and another for his own. And now as Selkies they will roam. So the sea calls home. Selkie family dream of where they're from, where the waves in sunbeams glisten, and the dark green sea reaches on. Selkie family reaching. Selkie family reaching. See you again.